Hello guys, we're going to start with our unit rate vocabulary. A rate is a specific ratio which the two terms are different units. Basically what I mean is we're talking about two different things. For algebraic example, this is a clue, important key word. You're going to see this word per, not like a cat purr, but like you'll hear an example in just a moment. And per means in let's go to an example to help make this make more sense. One rate I can talk about, it's a ratio. I'm comparing two things, but the terms have to be different. So for example, students per class. Oh, my marker's dying on me. So students per class, or miles per hour. How many miles in an hour? How many students in a class? When you're typing, you can be measuring your words per minute. Or if you're shopping at the store, you might be buying something dollars per pound. So a non-example of something that wouldn't work would be like if the units are the same. Like if I was comparing students per students. Because the units or the things I'm talking about are both the same, they're both students, this would not work. That's a non-example. So you're looking more in this range. Students per class. There are 30 students for every one class. Miles per hour. You're going 55 miles per hour. Words per minute. You typed 92 words per minute. Or it's going to cost you $3 per pound. Do you notice a trend here? All these rates, I have them compared to just one class, 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 pound. This is actually going to lead us into what the next item is. It's a unit rate. A unit rate is a ratio comparing a quantity, that's another word for an amount, comparing a quantity to one. Unit rate. It's always comparing something to every 1 pound, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 class. If you need help remembering it, we're number 1. Like we're chanting it. So an algebraic example, you could write it as I did with the colon or with the word, but actually the most common way you're going to see a unit rate represented is by a fraction. This is the holy grail. This is what you're going to see most often. You can represent it this way because it is just a ratio, but this is more accustomed for a unit rate. Another example would be like if I said a unit rate of $5. If you paid $5 for 5 pounds of potatoes, then the unit rate, I would write it $5 for 5 pounds. I don't want to know how much is 5 pounds. I want to know how much will get me for 1 pound. And that would be 1. How do I get from here to here? What do I do to the top? I got to do the bottom. So this would be my unit rate when I compare it to 1. And they won't all look exactly like this. A non-example would be something like 45 oranges were peeled in 5 minutes. This is not a unit rate. this is not compared to 1. You need this to be the number 1. You can simplify it, because I can divide both the top and the bottom by 5. And now I have 9 over 1. This is the unit rate right here. If it looks like this, if there isn't a 1 on the bottom, it's not a unit rate. Need a 1 on the bottom. You must have this. Otherwise, it's not a unit rate. See this right here? That's just a rate or a ratio. I'm comparing two numbers. Great. Orange is minutes. Those are two different units. But if I want a unit rate, it has to be down to 1.